Hello, TKE Nation, and welcome into another CEO Weekly Update. Thank you for joining us. A few things that I want to highlight this week, try to be a little more brisk than I have been in previous updates. First, hope again that you're continuing to do well, that you and your loved ones are healthy, and we're now a month at least into this quarantine. For some, it's been 5 or 6 weeks. Hope that you're doing well mentally as well, getting a chance to get out and at least get a walk, a hike in, get some exercise, but also that you're continuing to read and watch videos and do things mentally to put yourself in a great position, as strong as you can be, understanding this is extremely challenging. It's stretching all of us, forcing us to really change almost every routine that we had previously, and hope that you're doing the things needed and having conversations. Please continue to check in on our fellow frauders, check in on your brothers, members of your family, to make sure everyone is doing all right, not just physically, but also mentally through this time. I've got some quick updates for you, and then I want to talk about the future. We're through phase one, is the way that I have framed it with some members of our fraternity staff, and we'll be talking about that a little more broadly with the organization. We're through phase one now of this quarantine. I want to start thinking about phase two in the future. So with that, some quick highlights. First, this next coming week is National Volunteer Week, and I want to take this beginning moment of this video to again thank all of our volunteers. They are absolutely critical to everything we do. You all probably know, whether you're an alumnus member, either you know people who volunteer, you know members who volunteer, or you recall when you were a collegiate member and those who volunteered and worked with your chapter and the impact that they made. Or maybe you know of a regional representative, a province advisor, a grand province advisor, maybe a grand council member. Our volunteers are simply everywhere. Past Grand Prix and I, members of the TKE Foundation Board, folks who give willingly of their time in selfless service to make our organization stronger. Thank you for everything you do. We've got some special things planned next week to honor those folks, as well as some opportunities to engage with them. So please be on the lookout for that. Last week's video talked about the Alumni Volunteer Academy and the fact that academy, we were going to make a decision about the in-person academy that's going to happen in mid-June. That is going to be moved to a virtual online platform. Like many campuses, all summer programs have been closed at Georgia Tech, which is the campus that we were going to hold the event on. So we're going to be creative. Got a lot of great ideas about how we can pre-package, pre-record some content for you, but also what are things we can do live and make sure that those folks who registered to attend the program can still get a special experience, and utilizing some of our VIPs, some of our fraternity leadership to have opportunities to connect, have conversations, and really chart a path for the future. As every day goes on, as every week goes on, we're getting some more clues about what the future looks like and how we can take those current moves that governors, the president, others are making, and tie them into the different scenarios that we've already played out for our future. So excited to have that event in mid-June and have those conversations live, and also pre-package information out, even if you didn't register to attend, that we can put some content, some curriculum out there for you to make you better, make you more engaged, make you more informed if you want to get engaged down the road as a volunteer with the organization. But thank you again to all of our volunteers. I want to give you some quick chapter highlights and updates, good things that are going on. First, Alpha Pi, George Washington University, happy to announce that they still had their Greek Night of Achievement on campus, in terms of the campus had the event, and noted that our chapter at Alpha Pi, George Washington University, was actually named Chapter of the Year for all 15 IFC fraternities on campus. Congratulations, men. That's a group that's worked really hard to colonize recently, then charter, and now to be ranked and named the top chapter on campus. Congratulations, men, for your hard work. Looking into Region 2, some highlights here. Our group at Auburn, Beta Lambda, they have been on the rise. Conversation happened this week with Jacob Sinopoli, the Preakness. They are expecting to be over 100% on their K-raise, the work that they have done all year. So congratulations, men, for your work on that front. Spring Hill, Upsilon Alpha, elected new officers. This is something that can still be done. Obviously, we've got to be creative in doing that virtually, but new officers have been elected. Want to congratulate the incoming Preakness Davis. I know that our regional director, Santos Laura, had a great conversation with him, welcoming him as Preakness, but also letting him know the resources in our staff that's available to be helpful. So congratulations to Davis. Last couple highlights here. Epsilon Omicron, University of Houston, want to congratulate them. They've been doing a St. Jude week. Their goal is to raise $50,000. I believe they've raised somewhere between $35,000 and $40,000 already. So congratulations, men. Incredibly proud of you. Thanks for the great work that you're doing. And staying down towards the Gulf of Mexico there, Epsilon Beta at Louisiana Tech, currently ranked the #1 group in TKE Nation, and they have just chartered. So congratulations for all the good work that is going down there. Those guys are absolute stars, rock stars, who have really taken the TKE spirit and worked to build it up into their group, and obviously now being #1 are showcasing that talent, showcasing that passion, energy. I was lucky this week to attend the TKE Foundation Ambassadors Call. That's a call that occurs quarterly. And those are the alumni members, or even if there were a collegiate member, who donate $1,000 or more to the fraternity in any fiscal year. And want to again thank those men for their contribution, thank those men for their investment in our organization, and was able to spend some time with them just talking about what is the current status, the great work that the fraternity is doing, but also what does the future look like in terms of academics and the academic calendar, which is a bit in flux right now, as well as for the fraternity. What are plans we have in place? What are additional things we can do to provide value, but also to ensure that we thrive through this time? And that's really, as I talked earlier about phase 2, what I want us to start thinking about are some of these questions. And we're going to cover them more in depth as time moves forward here in some Instagram live town halls, which have been, I enjoyed the one that I was able to do, and our other regional folks held those as well. Facebook Lives, there's going to be many other outlets for us to communicate and have back and forth. But I'd also, if you have any questions or you want to continue to mull on this, have conversations about this, work on this, massage it, please reach out, teke.org/staff. Great opportunity to connect with any members of our team and ask questions. But these are some things I want us to think about as we move into phase 2. Phase 1, get us working through the end of the calendar year, academic year, and get to the end of our fiscal year, which is June 1. I think a lot of great things have been put in place. You all have done a lot of great work on from our alumni to our volunteers, to our professional staff, grade council, collegiate members, collegiate leadership. You've all done a great job and are continuing to do a great job for these last 45 days of the fiscal year. We need to start looking out further and what the future holds for us. So some things I want us to think about. First, how can we hold a successful summer recruitment? And that includes, if you're an alumni listening to this message, or a volunteer thinking, okay, well, this is the collegiate message. No, who are potential students that you know of, friends who have children who are graduating high school and going off to college, that you could connect, that you could pass off as resources or referrals towards becoming a part of the fraternity. We've got to be creative in that and how we work with our university and get some of that contact information. And we could hold virtual conversations. And I know our professional staff, Grand Council, others are happy to be part of that, to talk about the organization and the impact that it has, and do that virtually. You see many schools that are holding virtual open houses. You're going to see universities this summer that are having their welcome programs virtually. Those are things that we have to take in stride and things that we have to think about implementing. 2, how are we going to succeed if we can't have events on campus? It's very possible that we're still going to have physical distancing policies that aren't going to allow us to have the type of events we had before. Okay, what are things we can do to still be successful? What are events we can still hold to have a great impact, to have some fraternalism, to make an impact on campus, but also to fulfill ourselves and nourish ourselves socially? I want you to be prepared for a checklist and start to build a checklist of your own. That's something that our team's going to be working on with our partners at James, our favorite company, to think about. If you have a chapter property, what are things you need to do to disinfect? What are things you need to have for hand sanitizers and wipes and cleaning? The things we need to do if we are going back to campus to put ourselves in an environment to continue to battle this virus as they work towards therapeutics, as they work towards a vaccine. What are things we need to put in place to have that property in the best position possible? What are policies that we're going to put in place? What's a checklist we need to put in place for our members in their day-to-day actions to make sure that they're safe? As parents trust their sons to come and engage with our organization, what are things we're going to do from the BOA level, chapter advisor level, student level? What are things we're going to do to put ourselves in the best position to be healthy day in and day out? Now's the time to analyze your budget. What does your budget look like? If we can't have the types of social events that we've had previously, well, obviously that's going to open up dollars that we can invest in other areas, or maybe we decide to cut back on the costs for the organization for our local dues, because we understand it's a challenging time. There's going to be a lot of people working towards new employment, and the money might be a little tighter. I'm guessing it will be a lot tighter than it has been previously. So what are things we can do to analyze that budget now? Huge focus that we need to have is recruiting members back to campus and having those conversations. Why it's critical to check in on folks and have those conversations. Are you planning to return to campus? Are there ways that I can support you? Are you doing okay academically? Are you attending your virtual classes? It's going to be just as critical that we're recruiting through the summer and the fall for our new membership, but also that we're recruiting our current membership to put our groups in position to thrive and succeed. And if you didn't have a great recruitment this past year, doubling those efforts. Please engage our team. Please engage our resources. Please engage our volunteers. We are here to help and to serve towards you becoming stronger through this time and getting ahead of some of our peers who possibly are going to be flat-footed or not plan for these types of scenarios to play out. This is our opportunity. I want to say this again. This is our opportunity to grow and thrive through this pandemic. And it's going to come upon how we plan, how we organize, and find solutions. There are going to be problems. There are going to be challenges. I promise you that. There are going to be things that are uncomfortable, that are different. It's going to be a new reality. We got to embrace it. We got to own it. We got to mentally prepare ourselves for that and look at these things as challenges to grow stronger, to possibly either improve our status on campus, or if we're already the top group on campus, let's create an even bigger gap between us and second place. Our campuses are going to be financially constrained as well, and it's going to be critical that there are organizations like ours that are providing value, that are being a resource on campus, providing a sense of community, and living the values that we talk about every single day. I can't wait to see what we're going to accomplish over this next week. Can't wait to give a little bit of love, a little bit of shout out and recognition to our volunteers. And I want to thank you for being part of the greatest fraternity on the planet. Frauders, I love the fraternity.